Hey, it's Bankroll Brad, and you're watching a 416 interview.
Take us to the beginning. How did you first get into music? When was the first time you ever put out a song?
Okay. Well, I always been liking music and stuff, basically my whole life. But the first song I put out was maybe I'll say 3 years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah, just I caught the music bug, so something in me just really wanted to just put it out, see what I could do with it.
What kind of kid were you growing up when it came to music? Were you always drawn to music at a young age, and were you always musically inclined?
Yeah, I would say so, cause I don't know, my family's very religious, so we would go to church a lot, and then my pops he used to play guitar and shit, so yeah, I just watched him, play guitar. I used to always just bump music and shit. I remember one time though, at my pop's crib, he had a bunch of equipment and stuff, a bunch of drums, like amps and shit, guitars and shit. But I always wanted to play it, but I never really knew how to play, So that's what kind of led me to start making beats, cause I knew what I wanted it to sound like, but I didn't know how to play it. So I just started making beats on my computer.
Damn. And then when did you transition from making beats to actually getting onto rapping over the beats?
Okay, yeah. I guess kind of around the same time I dropped my first song, cause at first I was just making beats for fun for myself and for some of my friends, and then it came to a point in time I wanted to kind of take the beat thing serious, but people that I hit up, they weren't really hitting me back up. So I originally wanted to rap on my own beats to as a way to advertise my own beats so I could sell it, but then I just started liking the rapping more, and then the more I kept rapping, the less time I put into making the beats, so I just kind of fully transitioned over to just rapping only.
You still make beats or not?
Nah, I even tried to download FL Studio on the weekend because I was so bored. But I'm yo, this is so much work, So I just quit it. But if I put my mind to it, for sure I could go back to making beats. But at this point in time, nah, I'm not really making beats.
How did you come up with the name Bankroll Brad?
Okay, Bankroll Brad, shit, just, Bankroll, I don't know, at the time, I liked Bankroll Fresh, Bankroll Freddy. I just like Bankroll, I thought it'll help remind me to stay on track with getting money and shit. And then the Brad was just to go with the Bankroll, I thought it was kind of funny and shit, And then also too at the time, when I was making all my online accounts and shit, I just made Bankroll Brad before I started rapping. So that when I did start rapping, I just I kept the same nickname.
Tell us about the first track you ever released. What was it like putting your music out there first time? What was the initial reaction?
My first track, okay, to be honest, before I started releasing, I was just recording a bunch of tracks, just recording. But I don't know, I was kind of just stalling myself from really dropping it, So I had a bunch of material in the stash before I even started dropping. So my first track, the first track I dropped, I think it was called Disney. It was Travis Scott Mafia beat, but I just went over it. Yeah. And it did pretty good still. I got a bunch of Shazams. I don't know why, but I guess cause I went over the Travis Scott's beat. People were trying to figure out whose track it was. I don't know, but it was getting a bunch of Shazams. So that kind of motivated me to keep going, because I was scared at first, what would people think about my rap? Because I was always scared to put it out. But once I seen those Shazams and the streams start just going up organically and stuff, it kept me motivated to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bet. And then, bro, keeping on your music, a lot of your songs and your whole persona that you put out there, your themes are mostly frauds and scamming, bro. Why'd you end up going with that specific theme or persona that you put out there?
I mean, yeah, like you said, to be honest, not a lot of people are really rapping about that or really have that image, in the city and stuff. So I kind of wanted to like branch out when I came out with my music, like something different, like to stand out. So I'll be in somewhat of my own lane, and like yeah, it's just like the environment I was in. Like other people around me do fraud and stuff, so it kind of just like rubbed off on me. So I just tell their experiences and shit.
Would you ever like branch away from that kind of theme or persona, or are you just gonna stick through it and just keep with it?
I mean, I do like some of my other songs too. I talk about like other like topics and stuff briefly, but I mean like I already started with the whole like fraud thing, so I mean it'll be kind of hard to like super branch off on it. But I mean like yeah, definitely like I'll touch on other topics like as I'm growing as an individual, as I go through more life experiences, because most of my music I feel is like authentic to me. Like that's why like I feel like I make a lot of music, because it's like kind of like my therapy, or kind of the way I express myself. So like as long as I know people around me that are doing fraud, I'll still be talking about it.
All right, fair enough. Are there like any artists or producers that you haven't collaborated with yet that you want to collaborate with on like the Toronto music scene level?
Some producers, definitely like I see like his name's like DT Beats.
Oh, DTV with like Casper and stuff, eh? Yeah.
Beats, he's popping right now. He has a good sound. Well, in terms of like any other like specific producers, oh yeah, YMG Beats, like he's up and coming right now. He has some good beats, and just anybody really in the city. Like I'm open to like working with everyone, because I'm kind of like neutral and shit, like what I talk about. So I'm open to working with anybody and everybody.
All right. And then I know on your Instagram I saw that, is it that you created a new label or are you signed to a label?
Oh, I created it still, like, yeah, I created it, like, when I first started dropping my music, because, like, I don't know, like, how DistroKid is, like, set up, like, you could put, like, your label name and stuff when you're dropping your music, so I didn't want it to just be, like, the generic, like, 192, whatever, DK. So before I started dropping, like, making music, dropping my music, like, I was just in the car with my homie, we were just, like, smoking up and shit, and, like, I'm like, yo, I need to create like a label, And then he just came up with the name Cash and Carry. I'm not gonna lie, like one of my older homies, his name's like El Profito, He just came up with the name. I just liked it and I just ran with it. So I just, it's something like relatable. There's a bunch of like cash and carries all over the place, like, so it'll help like the listener remember the label and shit.
What's your like goal or what's like the vision you see for that label?
Like just to keep cranking out music, putting out more artists and stuff. Like right now I have like a artist, his name's like Lil CJ.
Oh, you do got an artist signed to it, okay.
Yeah, he's going hard right now, but I was on house arrest for like a long time. I was even incarcerated like last year, so like majority of my funds were like held up, like going towards lawyers, going towards paying this. So I couldn't really go too hard with like marketing and pushing him, but I'm finding other ways to like obtain funds. And now that like I'm getting off house arrest, now it'll be easier for me to move around, for me to push myself and all my other artists. Like I had a bunch of other people too that really walked to me. They wanted to like sign and join my label and shit, but I had to tell them like honestly, like I can't really do much for you right now. Like I can't take on too many guys because I don't even have the funds for all you guys. Like I need to focus on me, my small team, and like build from there. So yeah.
Is it cool if I touch up a little bit more on like your house arrest and stuff? Yeah? I just wanted to ask you like how much did that like hinder your like music career and like yeah.
Yeah, like okay, looking back now, I feel like I kind of put the challenges on myself, because like even though I was on house arrest, I could still like make music and stuff. Like I was still making music, but I just felt like it was kind of harder to like shoot videos or like interact more with people. I had to rely mainly on the internet. At first, like when I first got on house arrest, it was kind of like easier. I shot like a 1 or 2 videos, cause like how it was set up, I was allowed to like go outside of my building and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But then afterwards, like it got more strict. They added like something else into my crib so that I wouldn't be able to like leave the front door, you know? So it was like, yeah, like I felt like it was really hard, like it was messing up things, but like, yeah, like I said, like looking back, like I shouldn't have let that stop me. I should have let that like motivate me, because then instead of just doing videos, I could just put out a bunch of audio, you know? I was able to put out like a bunch of audio. I learned how to like engineer and stuff, like how to record myself. I started buying all the equipment like slowly but surely, you know, building my own little home studio. At first I was just recording myself raw, and then I'll send it out to go get mixed and mastered. But then like, I don't know, I just did more research, started learning about like, you know, like compression, EQing and all that stuff to like manipulate your voice to like how you want it to sound. So then I end up just recording myself now, like, you know, it just feel like free bands, like, you know, I could just record myself, get like cover art and just put it out and then see what it does, you know?
So like even after you come after house arrest, you think you're still gonna like engineer yourself and stuff like that and like record yourself, or nah? Or are you gonna go out, get a producer, get an engineer, you know, book some quality studio time and do that?
I mean, like, you know, there's no limit, so it's like, why not do both, right? I could still record myself, and then like sometimes I could go to a studio and like record there. But like I have a studio myself, you know. I record other people, but I'm also looking for an engineer that would be willing to work with me, work in my studio. So if I do get that, then I really wouldn't have to go to any other studio. I'll just be recording with my own personal engineer, and then if I could even record him or something, you know.
I bet. And bro, you've been making music and been in like the music industry from like first creating beats to now actually, you know, rapping and releasing songs. What's some advice you got for like up and coming artists or people who just want to like hop into the game and just start creating beats or even rapping?
I'll say, yeah, you definitely gotta believe in yourself, you know? That's like, confidence is key, like not just in this, but like with everything you do in life. Just stay consistent. Consistency really helps, like even the times you don't really want to do it, just like push yourself and just do it. And just having a positive mindset. Don't let like fear stop you from anything. If anything, let it motivate you, you know? You only got one life to live, so it's like, just do what you like to do. If that's making music, then just make your music, you know? Put it out. Don't think of like, oh, people might not like this. Like think of like, people might like it, because you'll be surprised like how much people might actually like your stuff, you know?
I bet. And then bro, if you compare Bankroll Brad to the first couple of days you started creating music and to now, what's been like some big changes in like your mindset and like your actual music and like process of creating music?
Okay, I'll start with the process. Like, to be honest, like I used to like write my songs when I first started, you know? But then one time I went to the studio with another artist, like he's one of my boys. His his artist name is Mars Dollars. And I seen him, like he would just literally sit there and just like punch in like songs, like top to bottom. Like he would make like 5 songs in an hour, just bang it out, you know? Just freestyling. And I was amazed when I seen that, because I was trying to keep up with him while I'm writing on my iPhone, and he's just there punching in, you know? So that kind of intrigued me. Like I thought that was like damn near impossible to just make songs like that. So I kind of like copied, you know, his way of how he just punched in, you know? So that's what I do now. I just punch in. I don't really rate. I just like go off the vibe of the beat, and then I think it helps better. Like it helps me with my flow. People tell me like my flow got better and stuff. So yeah, I just punch in now, and then I just try to like, yeah, keep it authentic. Just try to rap about like, you know, my life and stuff. And so what was the other thing you said?
Yeah, no, if you could like from early days Bankroll Brad to now, like what are some other changes, including like your mindset when it comes to music and stuff like that?
Mindset, like, yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, like when I first started this shit, I thought like, bro, if I was really good and I just drop a track, like I'm just gonna blow up and like, you know, get famous and get rich, and like nah, like I had to come to terms with it. I had to come to reality. Like that's not really it, you know? It's like, that's like a fairy tale. Like that's an unrealistic way of thinking, you know? This is like the music business. Like it's a business. It's called music business for a reason, you know? So it's like, once I came to that realization, like, yeah, my mindset's different. It's not like, okay, I'm just gonna blow up off of this one song. It's like, I'm making it into like a habit, into a lifestyle. Like, just keep creating, even if like this one might not blow up, but like just keep creating, you know, just keep making more and more. Cause like, there's songs that I super liked and it's like, it barely even like made a drop in the bucket, you know? Like people didn't even really like it, but then the songs that I didn't really care too much about or I didn't even really think was gonna do anything were the ones that like people gravitated towards. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's just a lifestyle now, you know? Like man's a rapper, like I'm a rapper now, you know? It's not just like the one song is gonna blow me up. It's like, can you keep making more hits and track after track, you know?
All right, yo, and then going back, bro, like how you thought like you were gonna blow up, off like one song. Was there ever like a song that you thought like really took you to a different level, or was like all the songs like gradually like gaining more momentum and everything like that?
I'd say it's a little bit of both, like, cause like I'll just be going to the studio and like I thought I was always good, but like looking back, I wasn't really that good in the beginning, you know. But I just kept going because I thought I was good. So like gradually I'll get better. Like people to be telling me like, yo, you got better, like you got better, you know. But a song that I felt like kind of like put me onto the next level was RBC, because that was like one that was before I even met Mars, but like one of the verses I just freestyled it like just off the top, you know, like I didn't even like it, and then the other verse I wrote. But then that was one of the songs that people actually really liked, like, you know, like it kind of blew me up in like the fraud world, you know, and like I got on like Keep Six Solid, you know, that blog page for free, like, so it's like I was like, oh shoot. So I guess like people really do kind of like just like the silly freestyle. You're just like, you know, just giving that raw like emotion, that raw content, you know, because like, I kind of like relate freestyling to like when actors like do improv or like comedians do improv and shit, you know, like there'll be so many movies like you wouldn't even know, like you thought that was scripted, but like the actors just made it up on the spot or something, you know, and it just somehow worked. It's like they're speaking from their like true like insides, you know, like how they actually feel in that moment. So I feel like, yeah, definitely like a lot of people would disagree, but a lot of people would agree that like punching in is kind of like a better, like easier process, because you're really putting it, that like emotion into your track. Like you're not overthinking it. You're just saying what you have to say, like to the beat and shit.
I bet. And then, bro, what kind of new projects you got coming out? Singles, albums? What do you got in the works?
Okay, yeah. I'm definitely like, I think it was last year. No, either last year or the year before that, when I was on house arrest, I dropped like an EP called like the Fraud Father EP, you know? So now I want to drop like a full-fledged album, like Fraud Father album, have like 13 plus tracks on it, you know? Just going hard. And like my last album, or like mixtape, I just dropped mixtape. My last mixtape was called Only iPhones, and I had a bunch of like just short tracks, like 1 minute, like 20, 30 seconds. So for this new tape, I really pushed myself to like go back to my roots and do like two verses. Because I heard, like, I've been seeing like, oh, it's better to drop shorter songs, because like whatever the listener's attention span, blah, 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 like, you know, they'll keep replaying it. But like, there's still people that appreciate like two verses, you know, not just like a quick rushed out track. So I have a bit of both. Like I have some tracks that are like quick one verse. I have some tracks that are two verses, you know? And like, I might even have some features on this. I don't really have features, but like I've been working like, with 1-2 guys, you know, I've been like networking and stuff, so I'm still debating if I should put some features on this project, but I'm definitely like, look for it soon. It's coming out real soon, you know? Fraud Father mixtape, full mixtape coming out. If it don't work the first time, I try twice. If it don't work, I always try.